Hi, my name is Mac, and I'm going to be doing my final presentation on piracy and fair use. So my target audience for this presentation is anyone who is thinking about downloading illegally any content off the web. So let's get to it. So how do we stand on all of this? Copyright infringement is wrong, and it is the equivalent of you stealing from your neighbor. My topics for today are what is web piracy, and what is fair use, and why is it wrong to infringe upon a copyright. Should we risk it? All right, third slide. Copyright infringement is the use of work or works under copyright. And you're infringing upon the copyright holder's exclusive right to reproduce, distribute, display, and perform their work, or to hinder them from making derivative works from their work without the permission from them, or letting them know that you're even doing it. Now let's talk a little bit about fair use. Fair use is an exception to the exclusive copyright law to author of the creative work. It is a doctrine that permits the limited use of copyrighted material without acquiring permission from the rights holder. So you can use other people's work under fair use if you follow the direct concepts. As you can see from the example, you see the symbol there, the circle and the F and the U. That is the symbol for copyright, for fair use. Sorry. Now, next slide. As you can see, I have presented a good diagram of what fair use looks like. And as you can see, there are 5 parts to it. I'm going to explain each one. A small portion of the original material needs to be used. The new work must be a critique, a satire, or educational. It can't be anything other than those 3. The benefit to the user needs to be predominantly other than commercial. You can't be making money off this work if you rise it under fair use. The new work is predominantly original product of the user. When we mean predominantly, we mean exactly 75 to 80% of the work needs to be yours. Now, the commercial value of the original needs to not be diminished in order for your work to be considered fair use. You cannot be making more money than the original artist or copyright holder. You cannot be more popular, and when I say more popular, you can't be marketing this work and having more rights to it than the original creator. Now those 5 things are what creates fair use. And it is a very hard game trying to figure out what is fair use and what isn't. Even with this diagram, it is hard to really discern what is fair and what isn't, which is why it's a very vague law, exception to the law. Now let's talk a little bit about the commercial data. As you can see from the slide, 70% of online users find nothing wrong with online piracy, and 67% of digital piracy sites are hosted in North America and Western Europe. Now these 2 things mean one thing. We're doing this without thinking anything of it. We are allowing piracy to happen. We are allowing other countries to sell us and allow downloads for our pirated work, and we basically have said, no, this is correct, and there's nothing wrong with this. This is what we're saying by these statistics even existing. But it is wrong, and we shouldn't do it. Why is it wrong? Well, a couple things. Let's see. 12.5 billion in economic losses each year due to piracy in the music industry. 6.8 billion losses in TV and other work. Let's see here. The punishment is steep as hell. You can get a $150,000 charge per instance and have none the wiser. And it's very, very broad. You can do jail time. You can pay millions of dollars. You can be bankrupt. Any of these things. But why do people pirate? As you can see on my list, pricing unavailability, usefulness, and the shopping experience are the predominant reasons why people pirate anything online. So let's talk a little bit about the first one. So pricing, the unwillingness or inability to pay the price requested by the legitimate sellers, is precisely why people pirate. It's the number one reason. People don't have the money and they don't care enough. Now the second reason, also very big, unavailability. People don't have the time to go out, find the music, make it available. Sometimes it's not available and they feel the need to go online and directly find and download it. Now, the third one is not so big, but it's still pretty important. Usefulness. Anyone can use anyone's work for anything on the internet, as long as they aren't caught. And that is a big part of what makes piracy such a big deal. And then the shopping. The last one, but not least, is the shopping experience. The shopping experience for downloading illegal content is as such. You open up your laptop, you find what you're looking for, you download it. That is the shopping experience, and it's fantastic for those who think they're doing nothing wrong, but they are. Why should we risk it? Why is it wrong? Well, as you can see on the screen, I have made a list of a few points to explain why this is not something we should be doing. The first reason is, one, it's against the law. You shouldn't break it. It's the law. It's a democratic policy. We've all voted on this. It is something that we've decided is not correct or ethical. That's one reason. The second reason is you could be damaging your computer. You can get a ton of viruses. You can even get crappy content from downloading on the internet from sources that you don't know nothing about. You don't know if you're downloading a song or if you're downloading a program that's going to steal all of your credit card information. You just don't know, and that's a big issue. The third reason is, sure, you might be promoting artists that are new by downloading their work and spreading it all over the place, but what about these older generation artists that have already made it and are making money? Are you promoting them, or are you just stealing their money? Because right now, looking at how much is lost due to piracy online, they've already been stepped on multiple times for their work. Is that ethical? I don't think so. And the fourth one is, it's wrong ethically. Basically what you're doing is you're going online, you're taking somebody's written work, distributed, painted, whatever it is, that they've copyrighted, and you're taking it directly out of their pocket and running away with it and doing whatever you want with it afterward. That is not what anyone would consider ethical. Even though 5% of violators are caught, they pay steep prices that aren't worth it. So is web piracy wrong? Yes. I'll take any questions now, if you have them.